The dinner rush at the burger joint was in full swing. Customers crowded the counters, orders piled up, and the kitchen was a mess of sizzling grills and shouting cooks. Among the chaos was Ryan, a young man working the register. He wasn't the fastest employee, but he was the kindest. He greeted every customer with a smile, double-checked orders to make sure they were right, and always tried his best. But tonight, his best wasn't enough. "Come on, man. We don't have all night." A man in a suit, impatient and irritated, slammed his hand against the counter. "It's just a burger and fries. How hard can it be?" Ryan fumbled with the register, his face turning red. "I'm sorry, sir, just what? Taking forever?" The man scoffed, looking around. "No wonder fast food workers get paid so little. You can't even do the fast part right." The insult hit hard. Ryan swallowed, his hands trembling. He could feel the stares of the other customers, the judgment in their eyes. His manager was watching too, but instead of stepping in, he just sighed, as if Ryan wasn't worth defending. The man in the suit laughed, turning to the people behind him. "Unbelievable. This is why I never come to places like this." Just then, a voice cut through the tension. "Maybe you shouldn't come at all." The room went silent. All eyes turned to the man who had spoken, a bearded figure sitting near the back, dressed in jeans and a leather jacket. He stood up, his face calm, but his eyes sharp. Keanu Reeves walked toward the counter. Ryan's heart pounded as Keanu stepped beside him. The man in the suit raised an eyebrow, looking him up and down. "Who the hell are you?" Keanu smiled, tilting his head. "Just a guy who believes in respect." The man snorted. "Oh yeah? Well, maybe you should tell your little friend here to hurry up. Some of us have places to be." Keanu didn't flinch. Instead, he turned to Ryan. "How long have you been working here?" Ryan hesitated. About 3 months." Keanu nodded. "Still learning the ropes, huh?" "Yeah," Ryan admitted. "I try my best, but—" He glanced at his manager, who quickly looked away, pretending to be busy. Keanu sighed. "It's funny, isn't it?" The man in the suit crossed his arms. "What's funny?" "The way people expect perfection from those they look down on," Keanu said, his voice steady. "Like they've never made a mistake. Like they've never had a bad day." The man's smirk faded. Keanu leaned against the counter. "You know, I worked a fast food job once. A long time ago. I was slow too, at first. But I had good people around me, people who helped, instead of tearing me down." Ryan's eyes widened. You worked in fast food?" Keanu grinned. "Yep. And let me tell you something. It's one of the hardest jobs out there." The room was dead silent. Customers listened, even the kitchen staff had paused to watch. Keanu turned back to the man in the suit. "Maybe instead of humiliating him, you should try a little patience." The man in the suit scoffed, but there was something different in his eyes now, hesitation. "Whatever. This is ridiculous," he muttered, pulling out his wallet. But before he could pay, Keanu gently placed a hand on Ryan's shoulder. "Take your time," he said. Ryan exhaled, steadying his hands as he finished the transaction. Keanu then did something no one expected. He walked around the counter, stepping right into the employee's space. The workers gasped. "Sir, you can't be back here," the manager stammered. But Keanu ignored him. He grabbed an apron from the rack, tied it around his waist, and turned to Ryan. "Mind if I help?" Ryan blinked. "What?" "I used to be pretty good at this," Keanu said with a smirk. "Let's see if I still got it." Before anyone could stop him, he stepped up to the register. "Next customer." The entire restaurant froze. Then, a young woman cautiously approached. Cheeseburger combo? Keanu tapped the screen like a pro. Cheeseburger combo. Got it. Would you like fries with that? Ryan watched in shock as Keanu started taking orders, greeting customers, and even cracking jokes. The restaurant, once tense, filled with laughter. The customers who had been annoyed a moment ago were now filming, whispering in disbelief. Is this real? Someone said. Keanu Reeves is working at a fast food place. The manager, who had been watching with an open mouth, finally found his voice. Sir, you really can't, but Keanu just grinned. I'll be done in a minute. He turned to Ryan and winked. See? Nothing to it. For the next 15 minutes, Keanu worked side by side with Ryan. He handed out orders, chatted with customers, and even helped a little girl carry her tray to a table. The energy in the restaurant shifted. People who had been impatient were now laughing, smiling, tipping extra. Even the employees who had been stressed now felt lighter. And then, just as casually as he had started, Keanu untied the apron, placed it on the counter, and clapped his hands. Well, that was fun. The customers cheered. Ryan couldn't believe it. Why did you do that? Keanu shrugged. Because no one deserves to be humiliated for doing their job. The man in the suit, who had been watching in stunned silence, finally cleared his throat. He stepped forward, rubbing the back of his neck. Look, kid. I was out of line, he muttered. He hesitated before placing a $20 bill in the tip jar. Keep up the good work. Ryan's jaw nearly dropped. Keanu simply smiled. That's more like it. Then, he turned to Ryan and held out his hand. Ryan shook it, still in shock. Thanks. I mean, for everything. Keanu chuckled. Anytime. Just remember, you're doing great. As Keanu walked toward the exit, the entire restaurant clapped for him. Phones were still recording, and within hours, the video would go viral. Millions of people would see how one act of kindness could change everything. Ryan, now standing taller than before, looked around at the customers, the co-workers who suddenly respected him more, and the man in the suit who had learned a lesson. He wiped his hands on his apron and smiled. Maybe today hadn't been such a bad day after all. Outside, Keanu Reeves slipped on his sunglasses and stepped into the night. Another moment, another lesson, another life changed, just the way he liked it. If you were inspired by this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss another powerful story.